Welcome all to this Dhamma discourse series we are having with Ayya Pannatheri on Mudita. So today this would be a lecture series. Today would be lecture 1, and I just wanted to introduce our speaker for this session. Ayya Dr. Pannatheri is a Theravāda Buddhist nun and a Myanmar citizen. She completed her M.A. in Buddhist Studies, Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka in 2018. She received the Gold Medal Award in the M.A. program. Ayya recently completed her Ph.D. at Shan State Buddhist University, Myanmar, on the thesis of grief, Soka, grief management and Buddhist psychology. She is also a lecturer of Theravāda Buddhist Meditation, Theory and Practice for Postgraduate Diploma and M.A. programs at Shan State Buddhist University. Her primary interest is the integration of Theravāda Buddhist psychological teachings into contemporary Western psychotherapies. With regard to meditation practices, she is familiar with the Satipaṭṭhāna, Samatha, and Vipassanā meditation practices in different traditions in Myanmar, like Mahāsī, Pa-Auk, Shwe Oo Min, Paḍitārāma, Mogok, and S.N Goenka, etc. Besides, Ayya is the founder of Bodhi Theri Meditation Centre in Taunggyi, Myanmar, and she is also organizing online meditation retreats and the Dhamma teachings. I'm happy to introduce and welcome Ayya Pannatheri to this session. And on behalf of all the participants, I request Ayya to please start the session today.
Namo Buddhaya. Good morning from Myanmar. And first, before we start the lecture, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you very much for your organizing this event and this lecture online. So it's good to see you again in this year, 2024. Yeah, we met in the last year. And this year we are meeting again. So this is a great opportunity for all of us. So thank you very much. Yeah, so before starting my lecture, may I pay respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, so as we all know, this lecture series will be on Mudita. Actually, this is not purely a lecture series, but this is a kind of a short retreat, online retreat. So it will take 9 days. So I will give the talks on 5 days. So 5 Dhamma talks, and we will practice at home or at work, the rest. Yeah. So Mudita, as you all know, this is in English, we all call like appreciative join. Appreciative join. So let me share my slides. Okay, so this is Mudita journey. So this is a journey to finding happiness in a happy world. So these days, our world is full of disasters and kind of the, of course, in Myanmar, in my country, it's keep the fightings in many places. and people are unhappy, and then all the citizens are unhappy. So in the world also, there are in some areas we have fightings, and we have kind of the financial crisis, we have the environmental crisis. So the world is unhappy. But how we will live happily in this unhappy world? So mudita is a kind of an option or a medicine for all of us to find happiness in an unhappy world. So in my journey, in my lectures, there's no exam. So there's no marks, so you don't need to worry about that. Please be relaxed. But you may need to practice in your daily life, in day-to-day activities. And I may ask you to write a diary, a mudita diary. So the more you practice, the more benefits you will get. The more you write, the more you will realize the benefits of the mudita, and you will realize the goodness. You will see the more the goodness you will see in your daily life. So in this journey, we'll have to practice and we'll have to write a diary. So why should you join this journey? To reduce negative thoughts and emotions. Of course, we all have negative thoughts and emotions from moment to moment. Yeah. So if you join this journey, if you practice mudita, I can guarantee that you can reduce your negative thoughts and emotions, and to see the goodness in everything in a day, and to have better relationships at home with your family members, and at work with your colleagues, and with your employer, and with your employees. And the next one is to possess joyful and peaceful moments in day-to-day life, and to live happily in an unhappy world. So first of all, I like to talk about our kind of this negative emotions and negative thoughts. So in normal life, we have to encounter with many circumstances, and we have to meet with many people. But if we have a kind of the negative perceptions or negative attitudes, of course, we have to struggle with negative emotions all the time. So there are many Buddhist ways to manage negative emotions. The mudita is one of them. If I have to share my experience in meditation, I have practiced different types of meditation. Some are related to Samatha, the tranquility meditation. Some are related to Vipassanā, that is the insight meditation. When I was at a meditation center, I practiced meditation every day, 7 hours or sometimes 10 hours. And I cut off with the outside world, the connection with the outside world. So I was alone and I could meditate very peacefully. But when I came out after the retreat, like 10 days retreat, then I start to encounter with problems, and I start to communicate with my mom, my brother, my sister at home. Then I realized that I couldn't manage my emotions. Although I practice meditation in the meditation center. Why? Similarly, in Myanmar, I'm not sure in India, I'm not sure in other countries, but in Myanmar, since primary level, we study English. A, B, C, D, and A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, something like that. Then after secondary, a primary level, also we study English. And the high school level also, and university level. So we have to study English like 15 to 17 years. But after graduation, if I meet with a graduated person like BA graduate, then he or she cannot speak English. He studied 17 years at school. Why? Because we do not apply our English language skills at home and in our daily life. We don't speak in English at home, at work. We speak in Burmese everywhere. So we only learn English at the school. Similarly, if we join the retreats, meditation retreats, and if we do the meditation at the meditation center or at the temple every Vipassanā day, we practice meditation only at that moment. And when we arrive home or when we walk at the office, we don't care. We forget about the meditation because we have the attitude, we have the understanding that if we do the meditation, we have to sit on the cushion, we have to sit in front of the Buddha image, or we have to sit in a quiet place. But that is wrong. That is not correct. We should apply the meditation practice in our daily life to manage our negative emotions, to heal our negative emotions. So today, the appreciative joy, Mudita, I'll focus on Mudita in daily life, to practice in daily life. I'll show you the ways how to practice Mudita in daily life. So this is not a serious meditation retreat. It's not a serious Dhamma lecture, but this is for your practice in daily life. So I'll give you the tips how to practice in your daily life. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, we all know 4 Brahma Vihara. So these Brahma Vihara are Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Upekkha. Right. So Metta is loving kindness and unconditional love towards all beings. So this type of love has no discrimination, right? And no expectation in return, to get in return. So Karuna is the characteristics of removing others' suffering, dukkha. So Mudita, Karuna, focus on the suffering, the suffering person, the person who is in suffering. But Mudita is opposite. Mudita is a joyous feeling. So Mudita focus on the achievement or the goodness or the well-being of others or in yourself. Goodness, your achievement, and your well-being, as well as the achievement, well-being, success of the others. Upekkha is the highest quality among the 4 Brahma Vihara. So Upekkha means equanimity. So in that state, the mind is really balanced, calm, unbiased, and regardless of any circumstances. If we meet with good circumstances, also the mind is balanced and calm. And if we meet with the problems and difficulties, also the mind is balanced and calm. So this is the state of Upekkha. So we have 4 Brahma Viharas. In daily practice, in daily life, we all can practice these 4 Brahma Vihara. I practice in Pa-Auk Forest Meditation Centre for 3 years. In Pa-Auk meditation method, we have to practice jhana first. It's a very deep concentration. So it takes like years, or sometimes 2 years, 3 years, or 7 years to attain jhana. It's very difficult for some people. But for some meditators, easy, within a few months, they can attain the jhana. When I practice them, if I have to practice mudita or metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha for Brahma Vihara, we have to practice jhana first. We have to attain the first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and fourth jhana first. Otherwise, we cannot practice mudita or we cannot practice metta, karuna. But the rector Sayadaw of Shan State Buddhist University, the rector of Shan State Buddhist University, Venerable Dr. Kamai Dhammasami, he is our rector. He is very famous in Myanmar. He is well known as Oxford Sayadaw because he graduated from Oxford University. He got the Ph.D. from Oxford University. So the Venerable, our rector, he is famous for teaching the Brahma Vihara Dhamma. He focuses on mudita and karuna. So before meeting with him, before I joined the Shan State Buddhist University. Before I met with him, I practiced another methods. So I practice mudita in samatha practice, so that I attain first jhana, second jhana, third jhana. So before practicing mudita, I have to practice like anapana first or kasina first. It takes so long, to practice mudita. Then I didn't know how to apply mudita in daily life. I thought that, okay, this is a kind of the samatha practice, and we need very strong concentration to practice it. Yeah, that was my understanding. But when I meet with the teacher here, the rector of the Shan State Buddhist University, Myanmar, then we call also Sayadaw. Sayadaw is venerable in Myanmar language. Yeah, so venerable also, or we can say also venerable. Okay, anyway, yeah. So when I meet with him, he simply guides us to practice mudita. For example, now you are here. We are joining online today. We are listening to the Dhamma, and I am talking about the Dhamma. So how peaceful this moment. We should appreciate this present moment. We should be happy with this. We should not think about the past, whatever it is in the past or whatever it is in the future. But this present moment is really precious, really joyful, and then we can be happy at this particular moment. So this is mudita. This is mudita. Then you can look at your body, and you have good eyes, you have good ears. You can eat well, you can smell well. Of course, you are healthy. You should be joyful, and you should appreciate your good health. You are in good health, like that. So that this is very simple, and we can practice right here, right now. So when I meet with my teacher, so I get the guidance from him, I get the teachings from him. And I start understanding that, we can practice appreciative joy, and we can practice mudita in our day-to-day life. Then, what are the benefits? Okay, let me share. Okay, so yeah, mudita is the medicine for happiness. And if we practice mudita, we can experience piti, an emotion of joy or delight. So the benefit is piti. Piti is some of my meditators, some of my students, they misunderstood that Mudita is gratitude. Gratitude. Gratitude, of course, is a part of mudita, but gratitude is not mudita. Gratitude is a part of mudita. Why? Because when you thank to someone, for example, I thank to AANA, I thank to here Mrs. Sheetal and her arrangement and her contact with me and her effort on arranging this kind of program, and her husband as well. So I really thank to them. But this is not mudita. This is not mudita. This is just thanking and just showing my gratitude. This is not mudita. Yes, of course, mudita. If we practice mudita, we have the thanking or showing gratitude is a part of mudita practice. But gratitude itself alone is not mudita. Okay. So, what is mudita? What is the mudita mind? If we have the mudita, we must have piti. We must have joyful feeling, piti. Piti in Pali, yeah, piti in Pali. In English is joy. So it means that when you think of the effort of AANA, the effort of this organization, you feel pity. Oh, the members of the AANA, they work hard. They have to organize. They have to buy the Zoom account. They have to announce announce the this mudita journey, and they have to let them know the other people either in India or in USA or in Sri Lanka. So they have to put much effort. They have to plan ahead, and they have to think of the ideas of who should we invite, who is the right person to give the lecture for our audience or for our participants. So you can think of their hard work. And you can think of their volition, chetana. So then you can feel, oh, I really appreciate their hard work. I really appreciate their effort to organize this Zoom meeting, this online lecture, Dhamma series, the Dhamma Desana series, like that. So you can have the joyful feeling, then that is mudita. So mudita is not just thanking someone or thanking something. Okay, so this is very important. So mudita is unselfish joy as well. So unselfish joy. Sometimes if we have the joy, like if we want to thank somebody, so we have expectations. Or if we want to show gratitude to somebody, we want to get something back. So, but mudita is not in that way. Mudita is unselfish joy, and it has without expectation. This is the action, and this is the action without expectation. Okay, this is our Rector Seattle, Oslo Seattle, the founder of SSBU, and he said it is typically easy to feel compassionate towards a suffering person, but it is difficult to rejoice in an achievement of a person. So I think I'll stop here, and we can have a little bit a short discussion. If you have any, sharing or any questions, or like we can discuss like here. So it is easy to feel compassionate, easy to practice compassion, but it's difficult to rejoice an achievement of a person. So maybe now it's almost 30 minutes of my lectures. I think I should stop here for a while, and then we can just talk to each other.
Yes, Ayya. So if you wanted to have any comments or anything to ask to Ayya, please unmute yourself and participate in the communication before we move on.
Yeah. The next part, I will discuss about the positive and negative emotions. But right now, I am just talking about an introduction of Mudita. What is Mudita? Okay, so if you have any questions, if you want to share your experience and comments, please.
Yeah, go ahead with any comments, anything you have to ask or to say. Please go ahead and unmute yourself. We see a chat window there, Ayya.
If the daily practice has become weak, practicing mudita is still effective. Well, I am not very clear this question. So do you mean even though the daily life practice becomes weak? Oh, daily practice, I am not very clear. Could you please explain it?
Yeah, you can unmute if you want to ask your question directly, Anamika ji.
You can speak in Hindi or then...
Yes, I will help out with the translation. Yes, please.
Yeah.
If you want to speak I can speak Hindi and Marathi. If those are the languages you need help with.
Yeah. Namaste. This is Anamika. I wanted to ask that if the daily meditation practice has become weak, maybe because of our circumstances, of our work, still when we practice mudita, is it still that effective?
Okay. Yeah, this is good question. Of course, mudita can be effective and supportive for your regular practice as well, because sometimes we kind of because of so many reasons, maybe we are busy, sometimes we are not happy, or sometimes we are not motivated to practice regular sitting meditation. Then you can practice mudita in daily life. Then you can maintain your positive qualities of mind, maybe the mindfulness, sati, and concentration, samadhi. So you can maintain by practicing mudita. You don't need a place to sit down. You don't need a specific time. You can practice anywhere and anytime with any people or at everywhere. So you can maintain the goodness, the good quality of your mind. Then when it will be supportive, when you have the chance to sit regularly or to do the sitting meditation. So this is kind of the very effective and supportive for your regular meditation practice. Am I answering your question? Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Any other questions or comments? Please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, so if you don't have questions, then I'll continue another part of my presentation. Okay, so the next part is positive and negative thoughts that I will discuss. Why we are unhappy because of the negative thoughts. Whenever we have the circumstances, whenever we meet with the people or the life experiences, it depends how you look at them. If you look at from the bad side, you will be unhappy. If you look at from the good side, the brighter side, you will be happy. So it depends on how we think and how we perceive. So I'll discuss about that. So positive and negative thinking. So every day we have two choices. You can be positive or negative, an optimist or a pessimist. This is all a matter of choice. So why we are unhappy? Because of negative thinking. We try to revisit bad experiences or failures in our life. Like, for example, I feel very lonely. Oh, I was failed in my exam. I lost my job. And oh, this is not possible, something like that. Then we always try to revisit our bad experiences that happened in the past. It becomes a trauma. If we hate somebody, we always try to think of that person again and again. So we try to revisit the bad side of that person again and again. And our mind is habituated to bad experiences or failures. We are happy to think negative. That's why we are unhappy. So the Churchill, I think you all know, he is the very famous person. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. So to become a pessimist or optimist is your choice. So the positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. So if we think positively, we can see the things that the other people cannot see. We can feel that the other people cannot feel. And we can achieve even the things are impossible things. We can achieve even the impossible things. So the positive thinking is really, really important for our happiness. If we want to be happy, we must have positive thinking. So like joy, success. Please think of your success. In the past, you have successful days, and you have success in your exams, you have success in your education or in your work, like that. And you have people who loves you around you, and you have good health, and you have happy days, and you have wealth, so you have joy. So please think the positively so that you can be happy. Okay, Buddhist way of living with mudita. So how we can live with mudita in daily life. So let us live in joy, never falling sick like those who hate us. So the Buddha said we should live in joy, and we should never falling sick like those who hate us. Let us live in freedom without hatred, even among those who hate. So, to live mudita, we can live with joy among who hate us. We can live in joy among the troubles. We can live healthily among the illness. If we live with the joy, if we live with the mudita. So smile. Every problem has a solution. This is positive thinking. Every wall is a door. However it is locked, there is a door. So that is positive thinking. So I like this cartoon. And Charlie Brown, he asked, one day we will die. We all will die, Snoopy. We all will die. So the Snoopy said, true. But on all the other days, we will not. We are not dying every day. We will die one day, but we are not dying every day. Of course. So we still have the chance to live. So that is the kind of seeing at the positively, seeing at the brighter side. So when we live in our daily life, we may have a kind of the sunny day, we may have a kind of rainy day, whatever. We may have problems, but anyway, anyhow, try to look at the brighter side. This is mudita. This is mudita. So why we are not unhappy? This is the, we call it 80-20 theory. 80-20 theory, it means that we have the 80% of favorable situation in life, 80%, but we think that we have only 20%. I'm not sure. So maybe after this talk, we will discuss again about it. This is very interesting principle, 80-20 theory or 80-20 principle. That's happening to all of us. We have experience with that. So we have 80% of the favorable situation. For example, we are healthy. 80% we are healthy. But we have 20% of disease, like sometimes we have headache, we have stomachache, we have back pain, whatever, okay? But there's only 20%, but we feel like this is 80%. It's really big. Oh, my back pain, because of my back pain, I cannot do meditation. I cannot use computer for a long time. I cannot walk. Then you are thinking again and again, repeatedly about your disease. Then it becomes what? 80%. The problem becomes 80%. But actually, the problem is only 20%, small one. But you make it big because of your fear, because of your negative emotions. Like I'll show you this here, stress. You have stress, you have fear, grief, or depression. Those are all negative emotions. So when you look at with stress, when you look at a problem with stress or with fear, with grief, with depression, then you cannot see that this is a favorable situation. So the situation, your health is very good, but you think that only 20%. And the problem, unfavorable situation is only 20%. But you look at with stress, you look at with fear, you look at with grief and depression, then it becomes 80%. 80%. So this is our problem in our daily life. We enlarge the problem and we try to, we look down on a favorable situation and we think that it's very small. We cannot appreciate our favorable situation, our goodness. But we too much focus on problem. That is the problem of in our daily life. So our mind is inclined towards the negative moods. We have to change from bad habit to good habits. We can change. This is good news. This is good news. Yeah, because in the Four Noble Truths, as you all know, we have the dukkha and then the way out of the dukkha. Right, suffering, there is suffering, but we have the way to end the suffering. So that's why we can change our bad habits to good habits with mudita. So mudita, we should cultivate mudita to remove unhappiness and to get happiness. Okay, so I will try to stop here, and we will do a few minutes mudita meditation. Right now, I hope you understand the essence of mudita. The essence of mudita is appreciation, appreciative joy, appreciation plus joy. You appreciate somebody, we appreciate something, the achievement, the success in yourself, or your success, your own success, or the others. Then you feel joyful. You have the joyful feeling towards that. So we will try to practice a few minutes mudita. So maybe you will have more understanding after this. Okay, so let's start. So ensure your posture is comfortable. Close your eyes gently. Take a few moments and bring your attention to the body. And to establish the sense of the body. Knowing you're sitting, you are seated. Ensure you are seated. We'll start to settle down the mind in the present moment. Bring your attention to your body and focus on a significant sensation. It might be either the sensation of breathing in or the sensation of breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus on your body or mind or heart. Notice any discomfort or tension or difficulty you may be feeling right now at this present moment. Notice if you're experiencing any lightness, warmth, relaxation, or joy. Every one of us has both discomfort and comfort, and tension and relaxation. Please try to be aware of those good and bad experiences in our body. Then try to focus on the light parts of your body, relaxed parts of your body, lightness in your body, or joyful feeling in your mind. Try to be aware of it. Try to know it. Of course, we have goodness. We have good qualities in our mind. And we have comforts in our body. Appreciate it. Try to appreciate it wholeheartedly. Try to feel with joy wholeheartedly. Okay, you may come back to breathing in, breathing out. You may come back to your breath. Be aware of your inhaling and exhaling. You are breathing peacefully, healthily. You are breathing out healthily and peacefully. Appreciate it. Appreciate that you are healthy to do this exercise. You can sit and join this journey. Appreciate your good health. You're healthy right here, right now. And also appreciate the goodness of your eyes, healthiness of your eyes, ears, and your brain. Appreciate that your brain is working properly and it is fresh. That is mudita. Feel it and spend a few moments with mudita mind. Appreciative joy. Now bring your mind to focus or to think of someone who is living with you in your family or close to you at your work, at your office. This may be your family member or co-worker or colleagues at the office, or maybe your employer. Think of that person's goodness. health, wealth, or success. For example, he has healthy mind, healthy body, and he is wealthy and he has enough wealth to survive. Or he or she is successful in education. Think of the good qualities of your family member or your co-worker and appreciate that goodness in him or her. You can say in your mind, you can silently speak like, I really appreciate your goodness. I really appreciate your success. I am very happy for that. That is mudita. Feel it and spend a few moments with mudita mind. You can try to think of that person's success or achievement in his or her life. Maybe recent one, or maybe it's long time ago. No problem. Just think of the success and achievements of that person. And appreciate it. Next, please think of your neighbors who are living around you, around your house, at your right, left, front, and back. The four directions of your house. And appreciate their presence. In the human world we are living, our living is connected with others. And we need to depend on each other. And we need to depend on the power of others. So please appreciate the presence of your neighbors. You can think one by one, Mr. and Mrs. who and who. You can think one by one or house by house. At the four directions, right, left, front, and back. And that is mudita. Feel it and spend a few moments with mudita mind. You have no hatred at this moment. You have no anger at this moment. You have no jealousy at this moment. Your mind is full with mudita, appreciative joy. Your neighbors have success. Your neighbors have hard working. They also work hard in their life. They also try to be successful in life. They have achievements in life. Appreciate them. Acknowledge them without jealousy. Now you may notice that you feel any increase in your ability to appreciate the joy. You may feel that your happiness is increased. This is mudita. This is the vibrations of mudita. Our group has full of mudita vibration. We don't have jealousy each other. We don't have hatred towards each other. Okay, so when you're ready, allow your eyes to open mindfully and gently, and return your attention to the space around you. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you very much. I cannot see you, but anyway, I believe that you are meditating with me. Okay, so this is a short meditation, mudita meditation. Okay, so you can ask me questions later on, and before question and answer session, I like to continue my last part of presentation. That is the homework for you, for your practice. Okay. Yeah, so first thing, day one, which is today. So try to be mindful of your thoughts, okay? Whenever it comes up, the negative thoughts, please be mindful, yeah? So whenever you think negative, stop right away. Stop right away. And think of your goodness, okay? Strengths, healthiness, wealth, and accomplishment. So please think of your finished works, not unfinished work. We usually think of unfinished work like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. But we never think of what we have done. So please think of it and think of other success, their strengths, healthiness, wealth, or their accomplishment like their finished workers. So today you can start practice mudita morning. Okay, think of what you have accomplished yesterday. Okay, I have finished reading a book. I gave a lecture and it was successful. And I have done the jobs at the office, this kind of job, like that. And I help my mom, I help my father, I help my husband, I help my wife at home, cleaning the house or washing laundry, whatever. Please think of your work done. Okay, don't think unfinished jobs. Please only think job done. So this is mudita morning. Okay, so mudita afternoon. Then you take a few moments. For me, normally I practice is about 1 or 2 minutes only. In the morning, I take time, 1 or 2 minutes. Then I think of what I have done in yesterday. I have done yesterday. Then in the afternoon, also after lunchtime, I take time like 1 or 2 minutes, and I think again about what I have done in the morning. Okay, for example, I cook good food for my family at home. I enjoy breakfast, or I enjoy a cup of coffee, yeah, or in the garden, or maybe beside the window and under the sun, whatever. And I had a good conversation with colleagues or family members, or we had a good chat like that. Then I have done the text at the office. So you can think of it, whatever you have done in the morning time and mudita evening. So this is important. You take time, maybe a few more minutes, like 5 minutes, or yeah. Then think and appreciate what you have done the whole day, the whole day. So in the morning, you can think very specifically. For example, in the morning, you did meditation, you had coffee, you laughed together with your friends or with your husband, with your wife, or you read a book, you cook, whatever. And afternoon also the same. So you had a delicious lunch, or you sent emails to your customers, or you could finish your job, and then visiting friends or driving well, something like that. Then evening also the same, having a good dinner, having a happy time with children, parents, friends, or you do chanting. So whatever it is, you take time and please think of it, what you have done the whole day. Then before you sleep, please write a mudita diary. Okay, mudita diary. You have what you have done morning, afternoon, and evening. Okay, so this is the exercise. So may you have a mudita day 1 today, and we will meet again tomorrow, and we will share our experience of today, mudita day. Thank you. Thank you very much. So if you have any questions or any sharing, please.
Sadhu, 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 Ayya. We will open up the forum for question and answer. Any questions you might have for Ayya, please raise your hand or unmute yourself. Ayya, there was some question in the chat box earlier. I can read it to you, Ayya. So the question was, does it help to give positive affirmations to the mind to counter negative thoughts?
Does it help to give positive affirmation? Yeah, of course. Of course. If you make the positive affirmation to the mind, so you can try to change your negative thoughts. For example, you look at yourself, oh, I am poor. I cannot do this thing, that thing. I cannot convince my boss, or maybe I cannot talk to my the friend who doesn't believe me, who doesn't trust me, something like that. But these are the things of negative thoughts. But you must have the affirmation that I can do it. I can convince them, and I will be successful. Then you can try to change your negative thoughts to positive thoughts. Yeah, but sometimes it is like a kind of daydreaming to have a positive affirmation. Oh, I am just trying to push myself to think positively. So if you feel in that way, you can try to think of your strengths and your achievements in the past. For example, you have all of us study in the primary school, right? You can think of it. When we were very young, we learn so hard, we study hard. Then we pass grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. You can think of it. You could do it. You could do it. And you can think of your university life, first year, second year, third year. Wow, you have master degree, or you have Ph.D. Oh, you could do it. Why not? So you can think of your achievements in the past, one by one, day by day, year by year. Then you will have a kind of affirmation, positive affirmation. You can have the kind of confidence. Then you can change your thoughts from negative to positive. That is also an option. I hope I'm answering your question. Okay, I think we have one more question. Oh, no, just okay. No question, it's comment.
Yeah, I got one more comment for you, Ayya, online too. I'm going to read it to you.
Yeah.
I think of a question, but just wish to express joy and gratitude for Dr. Ayya Pannatheri's explanation of Mudita. And this person is from Kaizutin Bade. So that's maybe their name.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, we see one more question here. Yeah. When a person is always lively, joyful, happy, doesn't it mean that he or she has mudita characteristics?
Yes, this is a good question. Yeah, so mudita, it can generate happiness, but you can, we have to be careful. That is unselfish joy, unselfish happiness. Sometimes we can be happy with sensual pleasures. We can be happy after watching a movie, after listening to the music, or after shopping, after a big day shopping. We can be happy. But these kind of things, we are happy with attachment. We are happy with self-centered joy, self-centered happiness. But mudita is not in that way. Mudita has no jealousy. Mudita has no expectation. Mudita has no selfishness. We are happy because we are happy towards the other's happiness, towards the other's success, like that. So it's really, it's difficult to say if someone is happy and all the time, happy type, for example, happy type. I'm not very sure he is or he or she is living with mudita. Mudita is kind of a very good quality, and a Brahma Vihara Dhamma. No, this is the mind of Brahma. It's the mind of Brahma, so it's not an ordinary mind. So it's difficult to say that. Maybe he or she has mudita mind. That's why I'm happy, but not everyone who is happy and enjoy in life is living with mudita mind.
Do you have a follow-up on that one? You can unmute yourself if you have a follow-up.
Yes, good morning, Ayya. May I follow up with another question? This piti is a jhana factors for jhana attainment, and the fact that mudita is always linked to, or piti and mudita comes together. So does it mean that a person who is actually have much mudita, then it's easier for that person to actually practice and attain jhana? Would that be fair? Thank you.
Yes. If you practice mudita very seriously and regularly, then if you practice jhana, it is really helpful. because you have the piti. That is one of the factor of jhana. We have 5 factors in jhana, so piti is one of them. So if you practice mudita regularly, if you stay with mudita regularly, then you will have the piti in mind all the time. Then when you practice jhana, it is really helpful. Really helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any other questions for Ayya here today? Please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Can I ask another question since there's no one asking? Because as I understand is that Upekkha is the highest in the Buddhist teaching. To attain Arya, you need to go towards Upekkha. So how do we know that, or how do we balance in such a way that we are not misled by false mudita or false joy, false pity, for example, that will lead us to attachments towards the joy? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Very good question. This is very important question for the practitioner. When we practice karuna, we feel pity on the suffering person or suffering animal, whatever. So when we practice karuna, we have to be very careful not to be angry with the person or the party who is making suffering to our loved one or the one we are looking at with the compassion. So the dosa, the anger, is the nearest enemy of karuna. But in mudita, we sometimes think of our success, we think of our achievements, then we feel like mana, proud. Oh, and we have attachment towards the success if we are not mindful, if we do not practice properly. So the mana and the mana or the attachment is also the nearest enemies of the mudita. So how we will manage it? We have to manage it with upekkha. Upekkha. So if we practice upekkha, upekkha is, of course, is the highest quality among the 4 Brahmavihara, and it is also very important in the way to leading to the nibbana, to the final liberation. Upekkha is important. So how we will manage karuna and mudita, our anger and our attachment with upekkha? So we can see that we try to be balanced our mind. Sometimes piti also is a kind of the shaking mind. Shaking mind. I can use the shaking mind, wandering mind. If we have piti, we feel like happy, and then it is shaking. The mind is also not tranquil. It's a kind of the still shaking. That's why if we practice the equanimity, upekkha, then our mind becomes balance. So if we have too much the kind of the compassion, karuna, then we think of the suffering people, then we try to come back to the upekkha and try to balance. Oh, even though I have compassion, I cannot help them. You know, in Myanmar now, many people are dying. Many people are becoming homeless. But if I have compassion, but I cannot help them anyway, anyhow, so I should not be upset with that. I should not be upset with those people who are fighting, who are killing them. I cannot. So I have to come back to the upekkha, the balanced mind. Oh, sabbe sada kamma sakka. So they have their own karma. I cannot help. So that we have to come back and to try to practice the stable mind. And sometimes I try to appreciate the people. I try to think of their success, but still sometimes they have the bad kind of the response to me, even though I have no jealous, but they are also, some people are jealous with me. I cannot control them. So I have to come back and I have to try to be balanced my mind. This is upekkha. And sometimes also we have attachment. Oh, I practice mudita, I am happy. But sometimes, oh, I don't have success. I don't have the happy day. Then I feel down and I have attachment with my success. So then I have to come back also, try to have that balance. Oh, I cannot be success all the time. I cannot be happy always. Anicca. Everything is anicca. Everything is anatta, beyond control. Then I have to come back to the upekkha. So that upekkha, if you can develop the upekkha quality, your practice of mudita and karuna has a kind of the more, what to call, it becomes perfect, becomes perfect, becomes fulfilled. Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions we have for Ayya here? No, yeah, I don't see any raised hand or anybody with any questions right now. So with your permission, I'll take the session towards conclusion today. I wanted to thank you for your kindness and gratitude towards your teaching today, Ayya, to your Dhammadana today. And I wanted to remind everybody that we will have our day 2 of this series tomorrow, 7 a.m. in the morning, India time. And you did get a little bit of homework from Ayya today to practice mudita for the day. So please come with your questions on whatever your experience was. So we'll go through that tomorrow with Ayya. Ayya, before I thank you on behalf of all the participants, I request you to please do Anumodana for us today, Ayya, before we take the session towards conclusion. Punya Anumodana.
Okay, sabbe diyo vivassantu sokoroko vinasattu ma te bhavon tontarayo sukhiti yuko bhava abhivadana silesa nityang vodavachayino chattaro dhamma vadantu ayuvanno sukhambalam sadhu sadhu sadhu. So this anumodana is also mudita. Mudita means anumodana. Anumodana. Anumodana is a mudita. We feel joyful with our kusala today. We have done kusala, we have done good things today. Dhamma desana and Dhamma sakacana. Today Dhamma discussion. And then Dhamma, listening to the Dhamma. So I feel mudita, I feel anumodana towards all of the work you have done today. And I have done today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
I wanted to thank you, Ayya, on behalf of all the participants. Much gratitude to you, Ayya. Much merits to you as well. If there are no more questions or comments, we will see you again tomorrow, 7 a.m. India time for day 2 of our Mudita journey. So we'll see you again. Until then. Yeah. Ayya, so do I have your permission to end the session today? Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. Thank you very much. And see you tomorrow again.
Yes, Ayya. Thank you very much. You have a nice day.
You too.
Namo Buddhassa.